listen to that light. Hit them strictly with that fire.
Hello guys, I hope you guys are doing extremely well. I'm very happy to do another video today. Hello guys, I hope you guys are doing extremely well. You guys are welcome into today's video, and today we're going to talk about a very important topic. And guys, I really believe that of all the videos that you've been seeing all of those times, I believe that this video will be one of the most interesting videos that you will have had for quite a long time. So stay tuned and we begin just next. Okay, the topic that we are going to talk about today would be reality. And you know, it's a very interesting question that a lot of people don't even ask themselves. I think that if I were to go through a road, right, and then there were a lot of people that were passing by, and then I were to interrupt somebody and then ask him, okay, what do you think is reality? I think that I will come up with different types of answers. That I think that it will be true. I will have different types of answers, but I think that there will be one that will be much more recurrent. And I think that people will say, okay, reality is, for example, this tree that I'm seeing right here, these people that are passing by as well, these cars, my phone, computer, and everything that surrounds us. So the person will say, okay, this is what I believe reality is. But it seems that the definition of reality seems to me much more bigger than that. And I'll be giving you some reasons. There is this particular film. Everybody knows it, and everybody almost has seen it. It's The Matrix. And in that film, there's a particular scene where Morpheus is talking directly to Neo. And as he's talking to him after giving him the red pill, right? They get it to a place that is absolutely white. And then he asks him the question, okay, what do you think is real? And then Morpheus comes up with an explanation saying that what is real is actually the things that you do perceive through your senses, you know, touch, smell, your hearing, and the other ones. And if we go in that line, basically it means that what is reality is basically the environment, or let's say reality is the different informations that are being processed by your brain and being created within the theater of your mind. And so with this definition, reality really changes. And I think that the definition that Morpheus gives there indirectly is a very appropriate definition, very interesting definition. And so I think that we should move on and trying to see, okay, what are the different characteristics of reality? If there's one thing that I've seen is that this reality where we are, you know, the fact that I'm in a room, I will call it maybe foundational reality, but there are different types of reality. Work is a reality, you know, school is a reality, sports, movies, music, alcoholism, pornography, all of those things, they are all forms of realities, and they have things that are in common. They do have things in common. And one of the things that they do have in common is the fact that they do have rules, they do have laws. Another way that I can call realities is games. Those are games. School is a game. Your profession, the fact that you are working in a certain place is also a game. You know, we have different types of games, the computer type generated games, which are also forms of reality. But all of them, they do have one characteristic in common, is that there is a particular goal, there is a particular prize that you're trying to reach. And so we can give that characteristics as well. I didn't write that. I even forgot something that is coming right now into my mind. So you have the laws, right? You have the different rules that do govern those realities. In foundational reality, we have different types of laws. We have the law of gravity, for example, the electromagnetic laws, and I think there is strong forces and then weak forces. I'm not really too much into that, but there are different rules within every type of reality. And then those realities, most of the time, they're dictated by beliefs. Now it's something that is much more deeper, because I believe that beliefs do dictate the way that a person moves through life. But let's jump directly into the third one. The third one is, okay, those realities can be independent from other realities. That is the truth. But all of those realities mostly come from a foundational reality, a solid ground where all those realities come from. It's like the mother reality, right? And then there is one point also that I would like to express, is the fact that all of those realities do exist because the human being exists. So we gave already a definition of what a reality is. Like it's you know, that picture that you have within your mind, which is a result of the different informations that have been taken from the outer world and being processed by your brain. And so in this sense, a reality only exists when consciousness does exist. So if we were to say that, okay, there's no more humans in this world, no more humans, and then we leave the earth the way it is, do you think that earth would still exist as a form of reality? If we take all the animals, we put the trees on, do you think that animals do have consciousness? This is also a very interesting question. But I think that if we were to take humans from the earth, there will be no reality, because a reality only exists in regards to the consciousness that creates it, if I can say it like that. All right, so now I was saying that there are various types of realities, and one of the things that they do is that they take an element from the foundational reality, and then it is being replicated, it is being to an exponential degree zoomed, if I can say it like that. So let's take, for example, the domain of pornography. Everybody knows what pornography is. You know, pornography is a form of reality, and in that reality it takes an element of foundational reality or mother reality, which is sex. It takes it, and then within the theater of pornography, which is in itself a reality, it multiplies it. It takes the fantasies that you will have, the sexual fantasies, and then it multiplies it, and it's placed within a reality. When you're going there, do you think it's real or do you think it's not? It depends here on the knowledge that the person has of what foundational reality is. Because if the person doesn't know what sexual life actually is, it is very easy for the person to lose himself into that reality. Extremely easy. And so there is a structure that is underlying, that is at the foundation of all of those realities that we just gave. There are many. There's a plethora of realities, but there is a foundation that is within them, that is beneath them, sorry. And as I said already, the realities are essences or field traits of what foundational reality is, and they are duplicated in an exponential way to create by itself a form of reality. Now there's a very interesting book that do talk about it, but it doesn't talk about it using the terminology that I'm using right now, which is I'm talking about realities, right? But in that particular book, he's not talking about reality. He's talking about simulation. And the name of the book is Simulation and Simulacra by Baudrillard. Simulations and Simulacra by Baudrillard. And I don't know if you really saw or if you actually really observed the film of The Matrix, but that book is being put there at the very beginning. Even the book is being mentioned there. Simulations and Simulacra, I think Simulacra and Simulations from Baudrillard. And this is also the definition that he gave into the book. It's an interesting book, deep, and you may take a look at that. So here is a small picture of what foundational reality is. Here are the different other types of reality. You have the circles, you have the squares, you have the triangles. Like this reality, for example, takes the triangles and then it multiplies. This one, for example, takes the squares and then it multiplies it. This one takes the circles and then it multiplies it. This is what realities actually are. Okay, now there is one question that I would like to ask myself, okay? It's, what does it mean to live as a human being? What does it mean to live? And I think that living can come from 3 different sources, those 3 ones. But before that, let's talk about the different principles of what foundational reality actually is. Because if we have other forms of reality, foundational reality as well as the other realities also has its own principle. It has its own characteristic. And foundational reality has principles that are based on truth, okay? Everybody is seeking truth. You will see philosophers that are seeking truth. You will see businessmen who are seeking truth as well. Because truth in itself, it's basically information, and it's something that is extremely valuable. Because if you want to be able to manipulate the other realities, it is very important for you beforehand to know that there is a foundational reality. This is one. To also know the laws that do govern foundational reality, so that you don't lose yourself. Because let's talk about the truth. The fact that realities that are all there, anybody can lose himself. People can even spend their whole lives into those realities. Their whole fucking lives into those realities. And so it's extremely easy for you to lose yourself. And you need to know what truth is. You need to know what truth is. And now another question will be, okay, how can we discover, foundational reality? And the answer to that is that, okay, we have to seek truth, right? we need to know the different laws of this, right? To be able to manipulate it, to be able to, to be able to achieve a particular goal that I won't talk about. Because truth in itself is not supposed to be a goal. Truth is supposed to be a mean for us to achieve a particular goal, which is I think this is, this is one thing that you would see that differs from people. When you're asking them, okay, what is your goal in life? People would say, I would like to become this, I would like to become that. But there is one man, very interesting man, and his name is Jesus Christ. He said, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. And now the question that you're going to ask yourself is, what is the ultimate goal that I need to reach? What does it mean to live? Do you think that living means being able to explore only one of those realities that are up there? Do you think that living means being able to stay at the foundational reality? Or do you think that living is supposed to be among all of those ones? What do you think?